you know,
But this is the
it's
other thing is
you know,
who fucking knows? Like also like everything pretty much is a theory, you know? Even like the simplest shit that you would think is simple as shit, which really isn't, but of gravity. We have
mm,
no fucking idea how that shit works. Like we really don't.
I
Like
mean, there are people who do uh, understand that. I mean, maybe people like me and you who aren't like
no,
versed in it.
no, there's really not. Like there's theories. Like we think this is how it works, but we really have no like it don't
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
we might know what the math says. You know what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying? We might
You're
know
right.
what the
Yeah, I know what you're
light
saying.
does, but we have no fucking idea on how it works. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how
We're an arrogant species.
right, like we know that like okay that the way Einstein proved it was that, you know, with the eclipses that when the light goes around the mass, it bends. And that's how he was able to prove fucking his theory of everything. And but that's just how we fucking perceive it, and we don't know how the fuck that even is possible that something can bend space-time just because of its size. Like we can't
Yeah.
see space and time bending. Uh, so I mean, and like we could literally believe we know everything, and all this shit could be. We could be a fucking bacteria in the universe, which is the bloodstream of fucking some being.
But I mean,
You know, like we
I
really
think,
have no idea.
we know. But I think we know very little though.
Hmm.
Like I don't think we know a lot.
No, not
I
a
don't
lot
think
at
we know much of
all.
anything.
Not. That's one of the biggest things. Like growing up
People
taught
think we
me.
do.
Yeah, growing up taught me, and actually just being a somewhat intelligent person is like, you know, when I go to a job, like I ain't trying to talk shit, but look at me now. Like I just came to this place a couple years ago, and I'm fucking leading jobs. You know, like get praised all the time for how good I am and shit. And I'm not the smartest person. I don't feel like I
You
should be
have,
the
but
smartest person.
you're driven.
I'm not even really that driven.
You, I think you are. I think you're more driven than you're giving yourself credit for, though. I think maybe not in a traditional sense, but I think you are. I've
Not
always
really.
sensed, you know.
I'm driven for proficiency kind of deal, like when I'm at work. So that's what kind of makes me good is
We'll see.
I start looking for the best, the easiest way to do something, just so you can get done quicker and shit. Like it's just how my mind works. But
Yeah, but not everybody's mind works that way. So not everybody's going to have that same ability.
right,
You
but
know.
what gets me is like this is where I'm gonna sound cocky, but I'm usually the
You
smartest
always sound
motherfucker.
cocky,
I
Mitch.
do, but I don't mean to. And this is why I'm saying that because I'm usually the smartest motherfucker in the room. And it's usually by quite a bit. And I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
that to be cocky. Like, at all. None
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever. In fact, it's fucking depressing. Because I'm not that smart. You know, like, and that's what, like,
I know
bothers me
what you
is,
mean.
yeah, right? Like, I'll sit there and I'll talk to people about stuff. And I'm like, why do I gotta break this down so fucking much? Like, how
It's
can you not
exhausting.
see this? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. I mean, I'm
And
not trying to sound arrogant either. You know.
no, no, yeah, exactly. That's like my point. But it's it's ridiculous, and it's not just like the guy at the gas station, you know, or the dude taking your order at fucking McDonald's. No, I mean it's like people that fucking run companies really high up in Walgreens, you know, like I've met owners of fucking companies that I'm like, dude, I'm so much fucking smarter than you, you know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Like who died and left you with this money?
right, right. And a lot of it though, I look at it like I did my 20s and shit kind of stupid, and I should have. I'm a lot smarter now than I was then, you know. And then
Well, I mean,
if I could go
growth.
back, right? If I could go back, I think I'd be a millionaire right now.
Shit, you and me both, brother.
What? But anyway, that's like what like I was saying though. One of the biggest like when I was a kid, you know, you think all the adults they know what's going on, they got this shit figured out. And then you get older and you're like, no, everybody's just kind of big fucking babies.
Yeah, and they're dumb.
Right, there's very few like people that I look at now and I'm fucking 41 years old, you know? Like very few people I look at around my age and I'm like, you're a fucking man. Or you're a woman, you know, you're a fucking adult.
Yep.
I'm like, have you survived this long?
I think that constantly, man. That's why I don't hang. That's why I don't hang out with a lot of people. The people that I hang out with, honestly, or like digitally, there's always been Mitch,
Right.
you know, and then like in my real life, like just you know my tangible day-to-day life, I hang out with like on occasion like one or two of my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brothers,
Right.
you know, and that's because like we have this. We're going and doing some hard, difficult shit that most people aren't doing together, you know, because we're not normal people, you know, and we have this one thing in common, you know, and a lot of times other things in common too, but you know, because these are like people that are driven and they're usually intelligent people, and
I would say if you're in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you're more of an intelligent martial artist than most others because you're going for probably the best. If you're just going to learn one, then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is number one.
yeah, I agree. Yep. This December will make 6 years that I've been training.
Nice.
I'm competing in less than 2 weeks. I'm competing on the 31st.
What if we rolled and I subbed you?
I mean, well, then I would tap. You know?
There's probably like a 0 chance in hell of that fucking ever happening. But I wanted to see what you'd say.
There's always a chance. You know that I'd say you probably wouldn't.
No,
you know,
I very seriously doubt.
But I'm not so arrogant to say that you couldn't. You know,
anybody could fuck up. You could start toying with me or something.
Everybody gets got, man. Yeah, right. Everybody gets got. But if I wanted to, you know, like turn it on, so to speak, you know, and
if it was serious,
really speaking that language, yeah. If it was
story.
like a competition, like a real competition, and not just like a friendly sparring session, then yeah, I would probably be able to control that pretty quickly.
I told you about my boy Augie, right?
I've heard you talk about that name. Is he a black belt?
I don't think.
A purple belt.
He might have been a purple belt.
I don't remember. I remember you talking about him though.
I don't know what belt he was, or even if he was a belt. But he, come to think of it, I might have known. But he trained. He was from Vegas. He was a realtor out there, and he trained in the same gym as Big Country, Roy Nelson. That was his jiu-jitsu coach.
Tight, man. Yeah, it's a small world. You'd be surprised, like, who all is in our circle a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, 'cause you got a few people down there that are either MMA fighters, like UFC or used to be UFC.
Yeah, man. You know, did I tell you? Oh, my son is doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now too.
Nice.
Yeah, he's 5. He'll be 6 in November. He started, I think, back in May. I started him. I bring him every Thursday. You know, and I think this October will make 3 years at purple belt. I've been a purple belt.
Yeah, but they say it takes you like 10 years to get black belt, right? Usually.
I mean, that's a good rounded average. Right. You know, some people, I've seen people get it in like, you know, that 7-ish ballpark. My professor, It took him 13 years. You know, it really depends on the people. I've heard of people taking 20 years.
And,
You know,
yeah, and how much time do you got to dedicate to
yeah,
training?
because they always say, and it's true, the mats don't lie, man.
Right.
You have to earn that shit. So yeah, I have 3 stripes. You usually get up to 4 stripes when you're a belt before you move on. So I think within the, like for me, the next step will be brown belt, and I, that's probably if I keep training consistently like I have been, then I think the earliest I could expect to get something like that might be like in a year from now, maybe.
To
Because like
get
the
brown or to
average
get
to get brown, because the average purple belt lifespan is like 3 to 5 years to get through purple belt, and so it said I'm kind of right on track technically when you look at it statistically like that.
right.
But so and this is the first time I will have actually gone and competed, and I'm competing under the IBJJF, which is like as official as it gets. You know,
So what if you? Because I think like it goes different per school. I think. But like, what if you consistently roll and start tapping purple belts?
um, then I like right between now and then, and like then I could. I mean, then if that were to happen, then it would be a little more plausible that I could get it in less than a year. Sure.
Right.
You know,
Like I was like
if I
saying,
have
like
some sort of like sometimes you have like these peaks, right? These
right,
waves, these ups and downs. So if I like start a peak and I start like really connecting dots
like
and
figuring
really
some
start
shit
fucking
out,
people
starts
up that I don't
flowing.
normally fuck up, or really getting over on people that I don't normally get over on, and that happens. You know, and that could happen. And then if my teachers notice it, and you know, I mean, that's plausible, but I just don't like expect that to happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. That's the best
I
case
mean,
scenario type shit.
I don't expect anything, honestly. Like when I even, yeah, like it's just because it's so much more than that. You know, that's not why we go. Like those of us that have been in it long enough to get purple belts and brown belts, like we stopped going for belts a long time ago, most of us. You know, because you know, it takes so fucking long. If that's what you're in there for, you're probably gonna just wash out if that's the only thing you're going for.
Right,
Because you're gonna get disappointed. You're gonna get like your ego's gonna get in the way, and you're gonna see people get ahead of you that you don't feel like should be getting ahead of you, and you're gonna think that's bullshit, and you're gonna get your ego. It's gonna get in the way.
That's one
But you
of
just
my
you have to
fears.
yeah, but you have to, for me, a lot of it, you know, after getting my ass kicked or trying to battle my ego, was just telling myself I'm not going to be that statistic, you know, because the turnover rate is so astronomically high, you
Yeah.
know, and I know that like a lot of it's mental, you know, it's more mental than it is physical. You know, once you get past that physical part, you know, and you realize this is a chess game. This is a physical chess game. And
Without
so,
a doubt.
and it really is like one of the closest things to like a superpower that a human can have if you learn how to speak this language. You know, it's funny to me, like the
Oh
shit
yeah,
that I can do to people now. Like you know, like without being cocky, because there's still people that can do that to me, and that's why you don't get like too cocky about it. But like, I remember like there was this one dude when I was a white belt. I had first started training. His name was Guido. He was like a Brazilian dude. He had a thick accent. He was a purple belt, and he used to beat the shit out of me. And like just, I would like have to run off the mats to go like throw up. Like I was pushing myself so hard. You know
yeah.
what I mean? And he would be on top of me, just come on, Dustin, where's Dustin? You know, and I'm like, jeez, you know, and now I'm in that position. I'm that purple belt who can do that to the white belts. Like,
Right.
and it's like, man, like it really is. You just keep showing up. Like they say, you just don't give up. Don't let your ego get in the way. Don't quit, and then you'll get better.
Right.
That it's really the formula is simple. The mental part of it is what people can't get over. You know, and which is true about a lot of things in life, as far as like when you talk about, you know, and it's helped me to get better at other things in life, you know, like and problem solving and other things in life, and to not get like worked up as easy, or like if somebody comes into the barber shop and they want to get crazy or combative or whatever, like there's a certain relief that you have. Like you don't even want to be combative with this person because you know the reality of that. You know that you know that this is going to be a bad day for this person.
Right,
you know,
right.
And
well,
who,
you're
who
not scared. Your nerves won't.
No, right,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It gives you confidence, but it's like not a misplaced confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you have a real skill set that you're acquiring, you're working for, and then that makes you feel better, and then you start to see the value of doing difficult things for smaller but realer rewards, you know, and you get like kind of addicted to that, you know, and it's a healthy thing, and that's why I don't mind hanging out with some of these other people, you know, like one of my best friends, you know, he came over and we hung out yesterday, like he's like in the talks right now to get his black belt. Like other than my teacher, he's like the, you know, highest ranked in Sinlaw, you know. So it's people like that. It's, you know, you hear that growing up, right, from teachers and parents, you know, about the people you surround yourself with, you know, and that shit really is true, you know.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
You know, it rubs off or it inspires you. You know what I mean? Or like that's what I try to get from it. I try to look at people who I think are like doing better than me. I'm like, okay, well that's the people I want to hang out with. You know, the people that I feel like are doing better than me, but they're not judging me, and we can just talk and shit. I'm like, okay, cool. That's the kind of motherfuckers I want to hang out with. You know, like teach me some shit. Let me better myself.
You're gonna learn from.
You know, yeah, and that's what you're around in jiu-jitsu. Is you're just around that all the time, man, and it's like I can't imagine my life without it. Now, like I'll be doing it for the rest of my life as long as I'm physically able. You know, if I never get a black belt, like that's not even what it's about. Like I said, you know, and me and Ben, my buddy, I was just talking about, we've had that conversation. Like if we were to like switch gyms or something, and they were like, well, no, we want you to start over here. We want you to wear this belt. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Can I still train? Can we still spar and stuff? You know, because those belts don't mean shit, you know? And I've seen a guy, one time, he's my teacher's teacher's teacher, Professor Jacal. He is, I think first cousins with the, like the Machados, like Carlos, Machado, Carlos Gracie. Carlos Gracie. Yeah, that's where the Machado side comes from. But anyway, he was, like, he's in that family, you know, and he's who kind of heads our organization. I'm with, like, Team Jacal. And, so I've been to some of his seminars and seen this guy, and, like, he's a 6th degree, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which takes a fucking lifetime to achieve. You know, he grew up rolling with the Gracies. That's his family. You know what I mean?
Right.
He grew up doing this shit in Brazil. Like you know, I could never achieve this in my lifetime because I started when I was, you know, 31 years old. So there's just not possible for me to achieve what this man has achieved. You know, he's that high up. And I remember one
it's
time.
Not possible, but it's
not possible. It's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Like, just trust me when I say that. It's not, because of how things are laid out. It's impossible. And so, like, you have to, like, once you get to, no, listen to me though, because I know what I'm talking about on this. Like, you have to have, once you get black belt rank, like, there is a certain time period
you mean to get like his titles and shit?
Yeah, before you can you have to put in time to get it. And so I can never achieve what this man has achieved because I just didn't start early enough. And so he and it shows the experience. I mean, because he can still tap out, you know, the 4th degree, you know, like my teacher's teacher, you know, he still beats the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's not a misplaced ranking system.
Right.
It's that way for a reason. And so anyway, but I've seen him, like, Like one time, like he took his belt off and he he told it he told everybody take your belts off and throw them on the floor. He said, now can that belt choke me? Can that belt unlock me? He said, no. So what does belt mean? Like he said, like that,
Right.
you know. And then it's true. It's true. It's absolutely true. So
Yep.
as long as I can train, that's what's important to me. You know, it's a
Right.
lifestyle. Like it gets in your head. I'll be in my shower or in the bed at night sometimes thinking about my roles that I had, and like how I can tweak this or how I can get past that guard a little bit more efficiently or how I can, do this or that or how I can bait this person or if I want to set up this colada, I need to start, it gets in your head.
See, that's the shit that I
Mm-hmm.
have I know how to do an arm bar. I know how to do a triangle, arms or legs. I know how to do knee bars, all the basic fucking things, and maybe a couple little fucking semi sorta rare. But when it comes to setting traps or it comes to
Yeah,
defense,
sure,
like my
sure.
knowledge is super. Like you gotta present. I gotta go up against somebody that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and then I look like a superstar, But if I go up against somebody that knows what they're doing, I'm getting fucking
Right,
murked.
right.
And what's
And
crazy though is like at my level, I can fuck up the average person, usually with no problem. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or nothing like that. If I can get
sure,
my hands
sure,
on you and I can pull the fight to the ground, it's probably a bad
sure.
day for you.
Well, I don't doubt it, man. I know a lot of people that are super fucking scrappy that come in. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, okay,
Well, I
damn, like
mean,
they got some. I gotta watch this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like that does happen. So I
I
mean,
took
I
I
don't doubt
took
it.
I took martial arts growing up, but I took Tong Sudo and Taekwondo, and then I've been a big MMA fan and into it since '93. Me and my uncle took jiu-jitsu, and he's taught me and my brother a little bit of moves, but nothing like just the basics, And fucking,
Yeah, sure.
but ever since then, like I joined the Marines. The Marines, you had to do a little bit of it. You had to do like a basic arm bar and a Kimura. Uh, and then um, I got the young Gracie dude, whatever his name was, that did all the videos where you could watch the videos and learn
Heat on,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe I
heat
can't
on,
remember.
heat on, and his brother, heat on, and Henner.
Maybe,
Yeah, heat
but
on.
I got
Henner was like the skinny one that was like talks a million miles an hour.
right. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I got those and would just sit there and watch and go over in my mind like what to do, and I barely got to ever fucking use it, but I did a couple times. And one of the greatest, like, baddest ass moments of my life probably is when I got to use it, and I did it all I didn't get the arm triangle quite right. I could have. I'm not sure what I didn't quite do right. Like my knowledge ain't
You
quite
said
there.
triangle or arm triangle? You said.
The arm triangle.
Okay.
And I had it locked in. I thought I had it right. Maybe I didn't have my head or my neck quite in the right position or something like that.
One of the
And
most important things with that is having their arm across. So that
it
it
might
cuts,
not have been.
so that it cuts off the carotid artery.
Yeah, it might have been more up like above his head.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember. But this was in Fort Polk, and we had a big gathering, like the whole battalion at some part of the park on base somewhere. I don't remember, but somewhere. I think a big park on base. But anyway, we had this like little friendly wrestling match that like happened everybody against everybody. And we had this dude and I've always been the guy that tests myself, Like I said, I'm the scrappy motherfucker that seems to always be able to hold my own no matter what. And so like I seen this dude, and he's a high level combatives instructor, and everybody's been scared of him the whole time that I've been there. So I'm like, okay, I'm grabbing him, and we're going on the ground, and I'm gonna see what the fuck's up. So we get on the ground, and I take mount and transition to a fucking arm triangle, and he starts turning purple, but I didn't have it right. I knew I didn't have it right because it was taking everything I had to choke him. That's how I knew I didn't have it right. Like I'd have to really fucking squeeze like a motherfucker. And so I let go of that. I think I went to a knee bar after that and put him in it but he wouldn't tap on nothing, so I wasn't going to like hurt him, you know. It's just friendly rolling around. And then fucking then it went from a knee bar to a leg triangle. Because I'd let go and then get, you know, I might get side control or I might get fucking guard, you know, whatever we scrambled out of afterwards. And I went to a triangle choke, and then again he wouldn't do anything, so I let go, and then he reached up and went to throw punches at me, and I grabbed him and pulled him into my guard and whispered in his ear, and I was like, "Are you fucking sure you want to do this? Do you see what I'm doing to you?" You know, and the other people seen it and stopped us. And this is no bullshit. I mean, I got friends of mine that I'm still on Facebook that I was there that witnessed the whole thing. Because my buddy Zodiotis that worked for me came up to me the next day and he's like, "Mitch, I'm fucking terrified of you." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I was terrified of that guy. And you made him look like a bitch, you know?" And what's funny, and I told him, that's what I told him, I was like, "Well, you should meet my boy Augie. Because Augie made me look like a bitch, you know, like it was." But come to find out, his ass trained, you know, from Roy Nelson, you know, and I don't remember, like I said, I don't know what belt. That's the most humbling experience because I met Augie when I was in the job school, you know, in Virginia where we're training to be supply guys. And he was telling me, he was like, "Mitch, I'd beat your ass." And I'm like, he's this little Mexican dude, or looks Mexican, he's like Ecuador or whatever. I'm like, "No, I'll fuck you up, dude. Like, Augie, you're a hell of a nice guy, but in a real fight, I'm gonna fuck you up," you know. And I really, truly believe that too, you know. And, and I still think if it was strictly stand-up, like if we had a kickboxing fight, I'd fuck him up. But if it's a real fight or if it's jiu-jitsu, I'm a dead man. But so he kept saying this shit. I'm like, whatever. And then we both get stationed at Fort Polk. I get my house, so I invite him over to the fucking house, and this is before I had any furniture or anything in there, just a TV and a PlayStation, and fucking we rolled on the ground, and it was like 45 minutes. I'm not shitting you not. I was in good shape then, you know. I ran fucking 6 miles all the time. And it was about 45 minutes total. I think the first time was like 15 minutes, and the next time was like 30 minutes of me getting my ass whipped and me just trying to survive. As soon as I'd get him into fucking guard, next thing you know, boom, he's in fucking side control. I'm like, how in the fuck? You know, and then I would work my ass off to get him back in guard. He's just laughing at me, man. I'm working my, like you're saying, like to the point where like when we got done after that 45 minutes, like I felt like I was gonna die. Like that was like the tiredest I've ever been that quick, you know, in my life.
Especially when you got somebody that's pushing you like that knows what they're doing. Oh
my god, dude! And like I ended up
putting pressure.
I ended up getting him in an arm bar. That's what ended the last one. But it was, and he even, I mean, he said good job, but like it is 100% because he didn't believe I had anything. You know, like he just was fucking with me. And then finally he left his arm out and I grabbed an arm bar and I let it go because I had it pretty tight. And if I would have tugged on it anymore, I think it'd probably start hurting. I don't know those things. I've never had anybody tug on my arm. So I just get it in the position, you know, and I might start to just pull it, but that's as far as I go because I've heard too many horror stories of people saying somebody hurt them in the gym or something like that, and I'm not going to do that just rolling around with somebody playing, you know.
Yeah, I got hurt about a week ago today.
Really?
Yeah, just doing tournament training. It wasn't, like, I mean, the dude didn't mean to, you know, like, he just got a little overzealous, and, you know, it is what it is, so I've been having to take it easy because I'm trying to get ready for this tournament, you know.
There's some that, like a Kimura, man, that shit starts hurting instantly. You know, like
well, you know, for most people, but I have very flexible shoulders.
Really?
So like, so like a lot of times people will like try to get that on me or an omoplata or something like that, and they're like, "Man, are you okay?" But yeah, I'm fine. Like I'm way more flexible than one would think, especially in my shoulders.
Right. And see, so, I'm not at all in my shoulders. Like
some people have really tight shoulders. Some people I just can start setting it up, and just the pressure from me getting my grips in will be enough to make them tap.
If you get your grip, if you get me in it, as soon as you start to move, I'm tapping. Like, in
Yeah.
fact, as soon as I feel you got me in it, I'm gonna tap because I don't want you to move. You know, like my shit.
Right.
So yeah, my shit. So now in an arm bar, I'll be okay for a second. You know, it's still gonna, of course, anybody it's gonna fucking break their arm, but I think I can survive a little bit longer in an arm bar than I could with a fucking. Dude, my shoulder's so tight. I think it just ripped to shreds too quick.
Yeah.
It terrifies me. That's actually the one that terrifies me the most. Even with just trading, I don't want to be getting in it, you know, like at all. I don't want to be putting that motherfucker 0 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just from being in the Marines and drilling it, you know, with just other fucking Marines.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'd love to, man. I think once I want to try. See, I got one more big expense, which is Jasmine's birthday, which is next month. So then after that, my next expense is going to the Philippines and marrying Rose and bringing her here.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
And then we're going to have like a year. I'm going to try to put, this is my plan, like a year of me and her both working on the road. And I'll probably have my mom like babysitting the kids. And save her whole fucking paycheck and buy some land somewhere and try to work from there.
Yeah.
And fucking, I think that'll be about 2 years from now.
Okay.
Hopefully, if everything goes out, you know, works wonderfully. And then I'll probably start doing some jiu-jitsu, man. Because I've always wanted to fucking do it, but I've never...
You should, man. Never too late either.
Right.
I saw, you might even
And I don't
saw
give
it
a
a
fuck
while
about
back. I
belts.
shared, I shared that thing about that man that was like 72 years old and got his black belt, and he started when he was like 60 or some shit, and he didn't even look like no freaking nature 72-year-old or nothing. He just looked like a normal 72-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, got his fucking black belt and didn't start till he was 60. Man, like, I've seen dudes. There's a dude that trains under Hickson Gracie, I believe, that is a quadriplegic. Okay, he cannot use his legs, and is a fucking brown belt under Hickson Gracie. Like, people will make every excuse, bro, under the book, you know.
To be fair, his teacher's fucking Hickson Gracie, which is like, isn't Hickson the fucking goat?
Yeah, most people consider Hickson, to be the goat, yeah, or at least one of them.
Yeah, except for probably like the grandfather, whatever the.
Oh, that was his father. His father was Helio.
His father.
Yeah. Yup. Man, you know, I'm kind of torn right now, Mitch. I need your advice while you're here. I am torn between I'm starting this new journey on Skyrim, and one of my goals is to platinum it, and I am trying to decide if I want to just use Dustin as my name for my character, or should I come up with like something badass and prolong this character creation a little further?
Well,
you know, like Thunder Meat or something, you know? Or like Indica.
Let me take a hit from my pen and we'll rethink this.
Okay. I'm gonna check the dispensary real quick. Let's see if they have updated.
You see what's weird is my Elder Scrolls characters, like, I've got like 5, I think, and all 4 or 5 of the other, I got 5 or 6, but 4 or 5 of the other ones are all vampires themed. They're all characters from the Anne Rice vampire realm.
Okay.
And except for this guy, my latest character, who I mainly just play now, and I just named him Fear No Mitch. The same as my fucking PlayStation ID, just because I got tired of thinking of names. I tried to use one that was cool, and that I used a lot in like DC Universe and shit, and it wouldn't let me, so I just was like, fuck it, fear no Mitch.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm kind of torn on that, because normally I'd say create something cool, but then I was just like, fuck it, just not too long ago.
Oh, dude, I don't even know if you're a fan or if you know who they are, but do you know who Pussifer is?
No.
All right, so it's, Maynard from Tool and the Perfect Circle. The
I know
singer
Tool.
from...
Yeah,
All right,
I know.
the singer.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so he's got two other bands that are also two of my other favorite bands, and I've seen all of them live. And like I'm going in October to see Pussifer again, and he's got a chick that sings with him, and I met her at this venue that I'm going to. The first time I saw him back in like 2012, and so I'm excited because we got row 5. It's a small theater, and we got row 5. This shit is badass.
Who's the chick?
Her name is Karina Round. She's got her own music too, and she's a beast. She's fucking hot too.
All right.
Let's see here. All right, man. Let me see. I don't think the dispensary is gonna update their website before I'm gonna go ahead and. I need to order these fucking gummies before they sell out of what I actually want. Actually.
I do love me some gummies. Now, I do prefer indica gummies. Cause you can take indica gummies like fucking crazy. You can knock yourself out. You ain't gotta worry too much.
The thing is, it's usually not known what they make the gummies out of though when you get gummies. That's the thing. Though.
Really?
Because it doesn't matter as much because your body metabolizes it completely differently as opposed to smoking it. It's more psychoactive.
But still, if I eat indica, it'll make me more tired and relaxed. If I eat sativa gummies, I get fucking wired, and sometimes it'll put me in a panic attack.
Well, yeah, that may be the case. It's just a lot of times it's hard to know what they actually make the gummies with. I guess it just depends on where you get it.
Right.
But here so far, I mean, they don't tell you specifically like what strains or anything that they're using to make gummies. That's, maybe one day.
See, yeah.
I know what I make when I make my own. You know what I mean? But because they tell me what on the dispensary site, like what kind of distillate or whatever I'm getting.
Right. Most dispensaries I've been to, it tells you sativa or indica. But the sativa ones are the ones that always put me in a fucking. I gotta be careful. Like 40 milligrams is my max. Like anything.
They make people anxious a lot of times.
Right. That's what it does. It puts me into a panic attack. Like my anxiety just goes out of fucking control. Now I can work up to that, and go over that. But if at one time I cannot take, I got to take like 20. I take 20 at a time. I'll take 20, wait an hour, see how I feel, take 20 more.
Yeah.
If I lead with 60, I did that one time on my way to the DMV. And I thought I was going to I thought I was going to die. I was freaking the fuck out. Going 70 miles an hour in a panic attack. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. Been there. Like I have a pretty ridiculous tolerance now, but still every once in a while, kind of like the mushrooms did me. Like I'll get a surprise where I'm like, oh, okay. I'd kind of rather be at home. I'd kind of rather be at home than work right now, but I can still function through it.
Right.
But I'm just like, oh, okay. I would have just rather did this a different kind of way,
Oh my God, I've done it. Like I don't really do this much anymore, but I have. I'm broadcasting too. I'm just thinking about this. Oh fucking YouTube. But I've smoked at lunch and then came into work. And it's been
do that every day.
Well, I mean, I'll do it to a
Go ahead.
point.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
to a point every day, but like usually it's just like a couple puffs just to relax while I'm on lunch, and then I go back in. And but I have done it to where I've walked inside and I've been like, holy fuck, like what the hell is different today? Like why am
Yeah.
I gone? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I gotta look at a map and do measurements and install shit and build shit, and it's like fuck.
All right. So let me go to my checkout. It's so cool to be able to just go to this website and make my order, and then they text me when it's ready, and I go to the drive-through and don't even have to get out. You know.
Right.
Like, all right. So I need to. I think I want to get some more sour apple ones today. They've got CBD in them as well, and I think that might be good for my back.
I've never felt. I know a lot of people say it, but I've never felt any effect of CBD.
You know. You know, it's definitely not something that's made to get you, and it's not like to get you high. That's not what it does for
Right,
sure.
right. I'm just saying, like, for making my back pain go away, or
Oh,
getting.
you've never like had any relief by trying CBD?
No, not nothing from CBD.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying it don't work. I mean, it obviously works because a lot of people say it does, but it doesn't work for me for some reason.
To edit, I want to get another one of those. Update. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get two of those, one of those, and one of those. So that'll be 500 milligrams total.
So when you did DMT, did you take small hits and just kind of somewhat hallucinate, or did you take like the,
I had
say
a
the
pretty
three,
significant experience.
like where you shoot off into outer space type deal? Or
I mean, kind of. Yeah, I think I probably could have, in hindsight, probably could have and should have did like one more big old hit because the hits that I took the right amount of hits. I just don't feel like they were big enough, you
right,
know,
right.
because I was like I was so like had so much fear. I guess at the moment it was probably just I just flubbed a little, but I still had like one of the most profound experiences of my life, and I still had hallucinations, and I still talked to that voice, you know, or whatever, you know, to that entity, you know.
Did
We,
you have like a white entity or a black entity
it
or?
was a voice. It was all like a voice,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
you know, it, and just kind of everything all at once. I don't know.
Like, what did it say?
Actually, hold on one second, man. Let me place this order real quick and make sure I don't fuck
You're
this
doing
up.
too much thinking.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So, I want to make sure I did this right. So I got two of those, one of those. So that'll be 200, 300, 400, 500 milligrams. Proceed to checkout. Today, that's great. That, that, that. Continue. I'm sorry, man. Plan to pay a pickup with cash. Continue. Alright. That's alright. Confirm pickup reservation. There goes nothing. Right. There's my text message. I love that. They always send me the text message that they got my order.
right.
So now I just gotta wait on the second text message. Cool. Alright, so you were asking me like what the voice said to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically the best way that I could put this to you would be that the voice was reminiscent of like a almost like a motherly figure. It was kind of scolding me, but in a way that a mother would lovingly, you know, like just because they want you to do better. Just basically like, you know, you're stripped down, you know, you're not hiding behind anything at that point, and so you're exposed. And it was just telling me that, you know, basically things that I needed to work on before it could take me further and show me more and give me more information on, you know, and yeah, that's probably the best gist of it that I could articulate, I think.
Right.
Mm.
And you didn't see like anything white?
I can't recall seeing anything white.
Because a lot of people, the reason why I say that is because a lot of people talk about a white lady that is like really loving and like she's the one you want to see when you.
I mean, I think that they're, I don't, you know.
And not like a white lady isn't like a white
Yeah, I know
necessarily
what
like
you
a
mean,
white
like
person.
light. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
light.
I think I mean, that's probably what was going on with me. I
Right.
think. Um, hold on. Yeah.
But I've heard.
Have I ever showed you the pictures that I draw, man?
I don't know.
Like of sacred geometry and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was sitting in front of one of those pictures when I did it, and that picture came to life in that moment. Like it was, but it was just like rotating within itself, like a mechanism. Would that if you took all the math from that picture and just built it, you know, because all those designs are made to be mathematically proportionate, so that they are. It's like a real creation, something that could be physically created, you know, as intricate and crazy as it looks. That's where design comes in, like with architecture and stuff, you know, drafting and all that. It's you know, you have this one way that you can start from nothing and create these perfect patterns, and then you have this infinite palette in front of you, you know.
Right.
I don't know if you know much about drafting or whatever, but
Not much of any.
yeah, you know, uno mas, copy. And I'm still thinking, you didn't tell me, man. You didn't give me your input. Should I come up with a character name or just use my own name? What's in your heart?
Character name.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Cecile, what are you doing, girl? Hi, Gabby. What are you doing? Come here. Good girl.
I kind of regret not making it. I can rename mine though.
Hey, it's my headphones. She hears you talking. I just picked her up.
Oh,
She started woofing. She's like, yeah, you good girl. It's fucking cold, isn't it, Shelby? Why is it cold all of a sudden? It's because there's no sun out today.
And I wish it was cold here.
Fuck that! Fuck that! Shelby, God damn it! We get these fucking wasps. Fuck me! And they come into that door. I was looking out the window. I didn't think to peek. And next thing you know, I felt it on my arm. It was like freaking out, and I was freaking out. The dog freaked out. Fuck, man. Like, my landlord has been trying to get this under control. We've had, like, this shit going on for a while, but he's been, like, working on it. But, still got him. So, let me see here. God damn it. I'm glad that motherfucker didn't sting me. Shit. Where's my water bottle? I have a system down that I use. I have a fly swatter, and knock on wood, I haven't been stung yet, but I've killed a fuck ton of red wasps. Let me see, where'd that bastard go? I use like a fly swatter and a spray bottle on stream mode, and I sort of stun it once it gets in a good position. There's that motherfucker. I stun it once it gets in a good position, and then I pop it. Right. Oh, this motherfucker! He's on like the fence in front of my TV, like the little child fence. The only thing about that is if I don't want to just like hit him enough to knock him through the hole to the other side. I want to actually fucking kill him. I don't want to move this gate too much though. There you go, you son of a bitch, pile of monkey nuts. Fucking kill this son of a bitch. I'm about to blast him with this spray and then get after it because I don't trust that. I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him. Enough to blast him through to the other, but he still died. Okay, god damn it, man. Hate these fucking red wasps, dude. Wasp where you're at. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
They have red wasps where you're at?
I don't think so. Not here. But I do know what you're talking about.
God damn, man. Oh, that was close. I'm glad that motherfucker didn't sting me. Shit. Shelby, it's okay, girl. Are you scared? She's hiding in my daughter's bed. That's her safe haven. Like when it's storming or she gets scared.
Did you know what else is great about Elder Scrolls?
What?
There's just so much.
Come here, girl. It's okay.
There's so much content.
Come here, it's okay, girl. I got him, okay? I got your wasp. I'm sorry, I didn't hit you. Alright. I got that old mean red wasp, okay? Go lay down. Alright. Jesus. Okay. It's always best to pee on these things before you flush them. Just so you showcase their dominance.
Right. Because, just so they know next time if they're reincarnated.
That's right. Just tell your buddies, motherfucker. Bring that back to the hive.
Oh my god, it's this freaking stupid.
Right.
I hate these stupid missions. How to open the furnace door? I've done this mission before too, I should know. Oh, here it is. But yeah, there's so much to this game, man, like...
Yeah. I'm gonna look for it, man, to put it back in my collection. Whenever I get it, I'll let you know, because I've been trying to add more to my tangible stuff and try to get like copies of shit that's still in my like it shows that I've played them and they've been a part of my history, and I want to get them back, you know.
Right.
And that's one of them. So
they just did a kind of like a new chapter.
Okay.
The High Isle chapter. So wait, take that. So confused.
Oh man.
I gotta do this teleporting bullshit.
Hey, dude, did you ever play Ghost of Tsushima?
No.
Bro, that's another one too. They got really fun multiplayer if you ever want to get into that one. It's a great game too. Like, just a really good game. I need to go back and finish it and get the platinum for that too while it's still on my hard drive.
Oh yeah. Just let it be known that don't plan on getting fucking platinum on here.
Do what now? Oh yeah, I know it's like considered the second hardest platinum across PlayStation. I don't remember why, but I remember it was like the second hardest one.
I'll tell you exactly why, and that's gonna be getting the Emperor, and getting that achievement.
Okay, what is it into?
You got to become #1 in Cyrodiil.
Oh, the #1 player?
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
okay. Yeah.
and if you do that, then you become the emperor for your faction. And it's just the amount of like back in the day, I tried to go for it, and that's when I was in college and could even play damn near 24/7. And bro, I would play, and I was a good PvPer. Like I'd be the top. Like for instance, when I was Dragon Knight, I was the top Dragon Knight in Cyrodiil.
Okay.
And I would go to fucking, and that's the PvP zone. And so I would play like 20 hours. I'm not even shitting you when I was going for Emperor, like 20 hours fucking straight.
Yeah.
And the 4 hours that I was asleep, like I would just get left in the dust. Like left in the fucking dust. People just wouldn't get off, or they'd have buddies that would, you know,
shifts.
Rotate, yeah.
Hey, do you eat rabbit?
I have.
Dude, I'm just saying this. Look how good this shit looks. I've got meat rabbits now, and let's see, like to raise, you know, to produce the babies to raise up to eat and all that, you know. Do you know how much meat you can produce with 1 buck and 2 does?
No.
500 pounds a year.
Oh, just eating their babies?
Yep.
Kind of fucked up though, ain't it?
I mean, not if you eat meat.
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying. Now that I think about it like that,
no, man, we're so detached in our society from the realities of what it means to eat meat.
Yeah,
like to me, it's important. You know, you make it more, you appreciate it more. So I just sent you some pictures of the last one that I grilled, and so I got. Oh, dude, it's so fucking good, man. It's like one of my favorite things I've grilled.
It just cracks me up. No, don't I grew up in West Virginia. I'm all about fucking hunting and eating whatever, you know.
Yeah.
It's just when you really think about what it is, you're like, damn, we're some fucking.
And this economy and everything too, you know.
Yeah.
I'm making some chickens next. So there's one of them is like the whole rabbit, and then that other picture is one of the back legs, the loin, and then all the other vegetables I grilled as well. We brined it like the night before, and then you cook it to 165 like you do chicken. So I kind of cooked it like I would my barbecue chicken, and
it's basically
I did like offset. I seared it on each side, then I did like offset for like 45, 50 minutes, and then I cooked all the vegetables on the grill. I used charcoal, and then I used, I think, a little bit of hickory and apple on that.
I don't particularly care for rabbit.
But you never had it like that, though.
I've had it. I bet you I have.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That.
We used to hunt our rabbits and fucking eat them. Cook them and eat them.
Yeah, but that's different than like farm raised, like domesticate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. I mean, texture, taste, you know, all that.
Yeah, I mean,
but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
Right. I mean, I've had it about any way you could cook it. Of course, it wasn't raised with, you know, the best of food or whatever. Maybe I don't know. It might have been. It might have ate fucking great. Who knows? But yeah, I just don't. I don't really like chicken. I don't really like rabbit. I'm not saying it's bad. You know, like I can eat it. I would eat it if I'm fucking hungry. You know.
Yeah. But my mom, she was, you know, raised pretty poor, and she had to like eat all that shit growing up. And I know when she found out I was getting into it, she was like, yeah, if I had to, but otherwise she was like, she don't want no part of it.
Well, that's kind of like me,
yeah.
We grew up eating it, you know, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Like we'd go, one of the coolest stories of my childhood actually involves a rabbit that I ate. But we would go, me and Rocky, my stepdad, would go hunting, and no matter what we went hunting for, deer hunting, whatever, 9 times out of 10, we didn't find any fucking thing. So on the way back, you could always find squirrels and rabbits. So we would just shoot some squirrels and shoot some rabbits, and fucking bring them home, and mom would, you know, cook them. And I do like squirrel. Squirrel is, I would rather do that. I would like, for me personally, as far as taste wise, which would be a lot harder, but like farm squirrels.
Shit, you can come to my fucking yard and farm as many as you want. I hate them sons of bitches.
Have you ever had squirrel?
Yes.
It's good.
It's all right, but to me, it's just not for the amount of work compared to the meat on them.
That's what sucks. Yes, I totally agree.
It just, it's like, where you know, them rabbits, man. It's like I can get like 5 pounds of meat off of one rabbit.
It's like eating a chicken. You know.
No.
Not like the legs. Don't quite have the wings, but you know, like it's a good amount for a rabbit. I do not like skinning them and shit though.
What, the rabbits?
Yeah, any.
It's easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that. It's
I don't
hard.
like it. I don't like it either. I don't like killing them. I don't like.
Right.
But it's just like I said. Like we're detached from the realities, and like if I'm gonna be a meat eater, to me this is a less hypocritical way to be a meat eater. You know, and it's a way to help self-sustain, because I've been way more into trying to get into like self-sustainability, and that's really what this is about. And it's healthy, super healthy and lean meat. And this is a crazy economy. It's good fertilizer. I've already got people like hitting me up for meat and fertilizer, so I can sell that shit up. That's one of the most sought after fertilizers there is. And so I just harvested up a 5-gallon bucket for my mom. I'm gonna bring her next time I go up there, and we're gonna get a fall garden going. We'll be using that for our garden. I'm gonna get some chickens. You can feed the chickens the guts and stuff.
So
that doesn't go to waste.
Another good fertilizer for you to get for like a small garden, or for say you're growing tomatoes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to like a bait shop and get their fucking, if you can find one, get like or farm worms and use the worm shit.
Yeah.
Like it's super good. My stepmom used to go and get it.
I won't ever have to worry about it though, because I'm gonna have the creme de la creme of fertilizers on hand at all times.
With the fucking rabbit shit.
Yeah, it's highly sought after fertilizer.
I wonder if you think it's probably because of the shape?
No, it's because of like the effectiveness of it. It makes everything grow like crazy, and you don't have to cure it or anything like you do like chicken manure and stuff like that. Straight from butthole to garden. Or you can put it on trees, you can put it on anything, and it'll just make it grow.
Well, that's the same thing with the...
Look it up. You should look it up. Like how sought after. It's very popular and very effective. So what I'm saying is like I'm gonna have it all the time. I won't ever need to buy fertilizer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the cages that I have, they have trays underneath them, so there's nothing to catch it, so I can harvest it. So like me and my son went out there yesterday and we shoveled shit, into a bucket, and I went and cleaned it out and stuck it back in there.
But I wonder if it's like, you know what I'm saying, like the most effective, or is it because it's so effective and like it's kind of comes in a neat little package, like all the above?
No, it doesn't have anything to do with the look of it, for sure. That would be funny though. Yeah, it would be funny if it did.
It's a lot like
it's pellets.
Right.
But like the other day though, like once I started like harvesting, because it was like a couple of weeks. I had 3 rabbits in one thing right now. I'm growing them out to raise them, and so there was already like stuff starting to like little like worm type things in there that was already turning stuff, and breaking it down. It was doing its thing. And so by the time you actually shovel some of that out, and you put it all together and compost it, it's not like even pellet form anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking how convenient it would be in like pellet form to like just throw it
get you a cup of rabbit shit pellets like you do when you're feeding fish or something. Like you
dump it down,
like feeding catfish, like feeding the fucking koi fish at the zoo. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be, if I ever figure out how to keep it in that form and keep it effective, maybe I'll be onto something.
Might be. Even if it don't like affect it and make it any better, it just looks like it does because it's all neat,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. But I do know that from the worm shit, just because my stepmom used to go to a bait and tackle place and get it for her tomatoes, and those fucking tomatoes were ginormous. Like, way bigger. Like, my grandpa had a farm for fucking the whole time I knew him, and he grew tomatoes every year, and they never once got that big. And he had rabbits, which I don't know if he used rabbit, you know, the rabbit shit. He might not have known about that. I don't know if he used any fertilizer. Like, I'm sure he used something, but I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. Shelby, go on, girl. Go lay down. Shit. Why you being so needy? Why you being so needy, girl, huh?
I will warn you, Elder Scrolls does take up a lot of time. Don't plan on, if you do start playing it again, to just sit down and play it for 10 minutes and then go away.
Yeah. Yep.
But there's a lot of tips and tricks I can give you to make a lot of shit speed up. And the other good thing about it is it's actually like you level up pretty quick. So even like when you go to grind for in-game, you know, levels and shit like that, the champion points, like,
Yeah.
they have like a catch-up system that your first, say like fucking, I don't know, 1,000 or whatever, or 800, you get pretty quick. But then once you get up there to where you're starting to get close to the cap, and the closer you get to like the top, the longer it takes to get it, you know.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it's real easy to kind of catch up at first. Like, it'll take you a long time to get to me that's at 1,300, you know, but to get to 1,000 or even like 600 or 1,000, it's not going to take you that long.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was about 800 or 900 that the shit's like started slowing down for me. I came back, I was at 600, and I've been back on it for 3 or 4 months, and I'm at 1,300. You know, I've doubled mine in that time.
How many hours do you have total logged on it?
Oh God, who knows? But I got multiple characters. So,
Yeah.
how do I check that? Let's see. My profile. Let me see real quick. That's a good question. It's something ridiculous, so something really fucking ridiculous. I know. I can't tell. All I can see is my trophies. Yeah, there's no fucking telling, man. Like, way more than any other game. The only other game that could compete with me as far as playtime as this would be DC Universe. But a lot of DC Universe was just flying around and bullshitting.
The thing about Sanjay for my character, it means conquering, triumphant. Conquering and triumphant.
Oh, I can dig with it.
Sanjay. 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 So far, that's in the lead. Just name it Power. These fucking names, man. Oh. Or Kylo's pretty cool. It just means sky, but I like that name, Kylo, for a character like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, a high elf is what I'm
So
gonna do this go around, and that seems like a good high elf name. What do you
so
think?
does Kai.
Yeah, but I like Kylo better because I know a guy named Kai, and so it's a little tainted in my mind.
All right. You know two people named Kai.
Do I?
Yeah, Lance's middle name is Kai. Lance
Who?
Kai. Lance, my
Oh, your
son.
son?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. What does that
Well,
mean?
it depends on how you write it in the kanji, but it could mean like sky, the ocean, and like a god, I think, or something like
So
that.
Kylo here says sky is what this is.
Right.
So.
So it's probably some sort of branch off of it or some shit. Who knows?
Oh, and plus I'm trying to do like, oh, yeah, that'll be perfect actually for the type of character I'm doing. Kylo.
My sorcerer's a high elf. This guy is a dark elf. He's a necromancer.
Okay. The last couple of rounds I've gone through with Skyrim were, oh, it's been a long time for one, but it was Argonian. So I was determined to not to do something different than Argonian this time. And I still got like my big ass book, you know, like the guide for Skyrim, like that like breaks things down. It helps, you know. And so like I was looking at all the stats and stuff, like the starting stats, and I was like, man, I think I'm gonna try to do like the instead of the melee character, I'm gonna try to do like a mage style, like, you know, power. Because I remember like even like having like a melee character, like that shit was so powerful when I would turn it on. So I'm thinking, man, like having a character like that, exploring that, I bet that shit would be OP as fuck, but it'd probably be fun and it'd be a little bit different than what I'm used to on it. So.
Which one, a melee or a?
Mage.
So confused. Or a mage character. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm exactly the opposite. I usually run like a magic character. Like I'm kind of like you. I always tell myself, or like what you're saying, like to change it up. But
Yeah.
all my characters are dark elves or high elf, and that's because all my characters are magic based.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got one that's kind of weapon based. Not really, it's like a mixture of magic and weapon.
Yeah.
But I don't use that motherfucker. Like I like my favorite two classes is the sorcerer and the necromancer. And I'm really fucking like in love with the damn necromancer right now.
Yeah.
It's just so fun and it hits so hard. Come here, dragon. Die, bitch. Or you're an ash titan. This is like a baby dragon. One thing I did criticize, a lot of people criticized about this game, is they didn't have dragons in it for the longest time. But they finally put them in.
Oh, an ESO?
Yeah, people were like, how are you going to make an Elder Scrolls game and not have a fucking dragon in it?
Yeah.
It wasn't until like not too long ago that they added dragons.
I wonder why.
Well, they added Skyrim, like the zone of Skyrim.
Oh, okay.
You got Western Skyrim and I think just Skyrim. That's probably why. I think that's where you fight the dragons too. As a matter of fact, I think that's where they are. Yeah, the map is like you played this game when it started, right?
Yeah, like yeah, it's been some years now, but yeah.
Like the map was big then, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like all the
That's
places you
kind of
could
their
go.
thing. Elder
Right.
Scrolls, they're bigger and yeah.
Dude, now it's ridiculous after all the expansions. You know, they do that like every year they have one major expansion and then a bunch of little DLCs through it, and they've been doing that for years now, and it's fucking ginormous, man. There's so many places to go. Like I'm saying, there's shit I
Elden
still haven't
Ring is
done.
like that. It is fucking insanely large.
Elden
And I
Ring,
still haven't even scratched the surface of the game. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
I'll be playing that game for years because that's just how I am with those kind of games. But I love it. I love it, man.
Elden Ring, I've watched a lot of play on it. It reminds me of this a lot, like a
I remember
lot
you
of
telling me
this.
that.
Yeah, like pretty much everything, even like the way the characters look to the fucking it's like the people that make Bloodborne played Elder Scrolls and made their version of it. You know, that's what it looks like to me, 100%. I don't know if that's. I'm not saying that they did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I very seriously doubt they did, but that's what it reminds me of. And that's probably why I won't get it, just because I've spent so much time on this.
Yeah.
It just looks
What
like
about what about uh Elder Scrolls 6?
if they come out of a new version of like this game, like another ESO, that's an MMO, which they've hinted about, I'll go to that probably.
Yeah. Because it's probably not going to be on PlayStation. Uh, but I have like the computer, and I deal with Steam a lot now, so I
Hmm.
can still I'll still have a way to play it. And I have an Xbox One, so if they still put it on the One for some crazy reason,
Right.
I'd be able to get on that. But
Yeah, I
I
don't like
imagine
that
it'll be
Xbox
PC.
bought them. I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it either, but I just kind of thankful I'll still have an out, once they release it. If they don't release it to PlayStation, which I'm pretty sure they won't.
I don't know though, man. They kind of Microsoft has been a little bit more open to that type of shit than what you would expect. That's one positive thing I'll say about Microsoft. They've been a lot more open about sharing shit than PlayStation has. You know.
Yeah.
And I think they just be losing money.
Yeah, I do too. You still on the 4?
Yeah, I gave up.
I've been seeing lately some places have been restocking them a little bit more often, actually. And I was kind of been making me wonder, like, man, has the time finally fucking come 2 years later? We're like,
Like stocking
we
them
can
in
almost
the
get them.
store. Like you've
Yeah,
seen them
yeah,
inside a store.
yeah. Like one of my friends, she works at a Walmart up the road, like in Marksville, or whatever, and
Right.
like there's been like a couple of times this past week where she like took some pictures and posted like, "Hey, we just got some more PS5s in." It was like the Horizon edition
Right.
PS5s. Yeah, that's happened like twice this week that I've seen. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it was just a fluke kind of thing, but
Yeah, I ain't seen. I don't check that often anymore. That's why I'm asking. But there was a time where I was checking just about every place I was at looking for them.
yeah, man.
Not too long ago. I
The
just
Twitter method was how I got mine. I think I told you that though.
yeah, I tried. Man, I tried and tried all those sites. I got them in my carts at Best Buy. I got them in my carts at Walmart. Like all of them on their drops. Like had it all set up, to pay through the
Couldn't
account.
secure it.
Could never secure it, man. So I just gave up.
I got lucky, bro, because like I got mine online through that Twitter method, but it was because our local Target was having a drop, and I knew that Targets were gonna have some in store that were gonna sell online fast, and just so happened, man, I was one of the lucky motherfuckers that got in and got our local, one of the ones from our local store here. And then when my wife went and picked it up, I was like, bring it to me right now. I was at work. I was like, bring it to me. Like I kept that shit with me at the shop until I left.
I'm just staring at it like, oh, I'm going to have so much fun with you.
Yeah. Yep. Because they were so hard to get. And then like later on, they got even more hard to get, which was crazy. You know? Hold on.
Right.
One of my buddies, dude, his shit just went out like a couple of weeks ago. Like we had a thunderstorm. He had it on a surge protector and everything. Everything else on that surge protector was fine. His fucking PS5 bit the dust.
Damn.
He got one when they came out. He was one of the people that was able to get one at launch. And yeah, but he said they're gonna send him or fix it for like $300 or $400 basically. They said they're going to send you a refurbished PlayStation is what I told them. You know, when they can get one.
Right.
Because it'll be a couple of months, I think, and a few $100s. So, you know, I guess he's got more of a secured PlayStation than a lot of people though. So.
Yeah. Yeah, here soon I'll get one, I think. You know what? I'll probably wait on now that I've waited this fucking long, because all I play is Elder Scrolls. Really don't matter. I'd like to see it on a PS5 because it'll be prettier and shit, and load times and everything. But
yeah, the frame rates, dude. Like that's
right.
the jump in frame rates on games is one of the biggest things. That and load times.
But I might buy a PC too. I just bought Lance one.
Yeah. I got a gaming PC earlier this year. I bought a gaming laptop, and then I have I put it on a it's got like a significant, like one of the most up to date graphics cards you can get in it, and so I had to buy a like a cooling stand, and I just keep it on that all the time, and I have like a 32-inch monitor, and so I go between like hooking my laptop up to it and then having my PlayStation hooked up to it. I just kind of have it all together.
Where do you get your parts from? Where'd you go to buy it, to build it?
I didn't build it. I bought a gaming system.
You bought already pre-built?
Yeah. Because I wanted a laptop, but I wanted to be able to do games and laptop mobile type shit.
Right.
And so I just opted to spend a little bit more, and I bought a pretty nice gaming laptop. So the only thing was, like I said, I had to get the cooling stand for it. Because otherwise it's got so much power in it, and it's got an aluminum casing. It was just getting too hot. And I was like, man, I just spent $2,000 on this fucking thing. I don't want to.
Oh, I know.
Burn it up, you know.
We built Lance here. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. Matter of fact. We just had to fire a girl, and she's starting all kinds of shit. Apparently she told people that I was on cocaine. I'm like, that's like I don't do any drugs like that to begin with, but that's like the one, like the worst one you could possibly fucking.
It's one of the more expensive ones.
Right, and that's like the one I've tried cocaine, you know, many times back in the day, and it's the one that I fucking despise, you know.
Yeah.
Like I never cared for it. I did it with a couple buddies just to fucking do it because they were doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just built this for my son. And it's got the best. Damn, the only thing that wasn't the best was the graphics card, but it's like number 2. You know,
Okay.
I can't tell you what all they were, but we went to Micro Center and bought the casing, the cooling system in it, the graphics card, everything, and built it. He put it together. But
mine's a Legion. Oh shit. I don't know if you're familiar with, Legion series. It's got a Ryzen 9 AMD in it. It's got the NVIDIA I think the 3050 Ti is what I've got in it.
I do not know. I can't remember what like what it was. You know what I'm
saying? It can run anything.
Right,
like
that's the same with his. Same with his.
Yeah.
You got an SSD, pretty badass SSD. Like this is.
I got a terabyte SSD in mine.
Right. This is what we did. Is I went to. You got a micro center there? Probably not.
A what?
A micro center.
What is that?
Oh my God! If you got one, go. It's like if you want to do YouTube or anything you want to do PC related, like you go. I used to live in Georgia, right? I went right by a Micro Center for years and never knew they existed until I had to remodel them. But you go in there and they got every graphics card you could possibly think of. Every like you can buy pre-built PCs or you can buy the cases.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that here.
Oh, it's if you did, it would be like probably like Lake Charles or something like that.
Maybe like Lafayette or Shreveport or Baton Rouge or New Orleans.
Right. But they're worth it because then you can order their shit online from them too. But they're really good if you go into the store and fucking because you can ask questions and see everything, grab it. But anyway, what I did is I went on there online and looked at their first looked at their pre-built ones, and the thing is, it's like the pre-built ones, they're good and you can get everything, but you're gonna end up paying more because it's already put together. You know what I'm saying? If you buy the same thing with like anything, you buy all the parts and you put it together yourself, it's a little bit cheaper. Because we got like the only reason why we didn't get the best graphics card was because his mom, Aya, bought the graphics card before we got everything else. But it's still like literally like number 2 in Micro Center, and like I said, they got everything. But then we went there and it was kind of cool. Like this just happened like a month ago. I'd promised Lance for his birthday that I'd get it to him last year, but then my teeth fucked up, spent all the money on that and everything, so I just waited and I was like, look, we were gonna get him like a cheap kind of bullshit one, and not bullshit, but just not quite as good. And then I was like, all right, fuck it, we're going all out. And went up there, got like the best case, the best cooling system, everything, made a cart full of it. And then just went there and we walked in. A guy walked up to us and said, y'all need any help? And we gave him the list. And he's like, okay, I'll go get you a buggy. And then, dude, like 5 minutes later, that motherfucker walked back with everything in the cart.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool, man. I wish we had some shit like that in here. But we do have something, but we call it Amazon. I don't know what you call that thing. But right. No, that's the closest thing we got. Little Amazon, which Amazon has changed the game. Thank God we don't. It's okay that we don't have those kind of stores because we can just get stuff. Still.
Yeah. So where the fuck? I'm trying to find something on this map and I'm lost. Alright, so it says right there, which would be right fucking there. Oh. I feel stupid now, sorry.
Hey, it happens.
What the hell were we just talking about?
I don't know. I got distracted because I'm on marijuana and I'm playing Skyrim.
Me too. That's the same deal.
Well, I'm like starting Skyrim, you know what I mean? So it's like the beginning where like the dragon is attacking.
Alright. I've never played it, but I take your word for it. My thing with the whole Skyrim, if Skyrim, the only reason why I didn't buy it before is like the opposite of you, like where you said you weren't ready to play like an MMO version. I don't want to play a single player version.
Oh shit. Oh shit. What the hell? What happened? What happened?
That dragon whooped your ass.
I don't know how. Okay, I fell out of the fucking.
Yeah, so this girl came into work drinking, like drunk.
Uh-huh.
And was in the bathroom crying and fucking. And I didn't smell any alcohol on her, but I sent her home because I heard that she'd been drinking. But then the Bed Bath people found out that she'd been drinking. So, and I had to tell my boss that I think she might have been drinking. But I told him like I didn't smell it, you know, but I sent her home just in case.
Yeah.
And, so pretty much she's getting fired, it looks like. So she's going around talking shit about everybody else.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's where the whole Mitch is on cocaine and like, I'm on fucking cocaine.
Bitches be crazy, man.
You think I can afford cocaine?
That's why. That's one of the first things that I said was like that's one of the most expensive for sure. I don't know, I felt crazy, but it's fucking expensive.
You'd be better off fucking saying I'm a meth head or something. But then doesn't that mean I need like, shouldn't I have like more energy?
You would, I don't know, man. Neither one of those have been my forte ever, so.
I don't like uppers. I don't like,
I don't either. I'm too anxious.
Right,
I'm an anxious person. That's why I smoke weed and shit, you know?
Yeah. And then, like, I swore off fucking hard drugs years and years ago. So, I almost OD'd on, I know I had to told you before, but on ecstasy. And this was like 2002, 2003. And I did a little bit of, surprisingly enough, I did a little bit of coke after that. I'm blind, but I just did it with my buddies.
You know what? On second thought,
yeah,
I think I did do a little cocaine.
I did. My boy, a couple of my buddies. But they wanted to do it so I could get it. So I'd go get a gram and we'd do a gram and one night, maybe once a year. You know, one of my buddies, his birthday, that was his drug. His favorite drug was cocaine. So on his birthday, I'd go get a gram and me and his other buddy, all three of us, we'd get fucked up on it for a night, you know?
Yeah.
But I never cared for it. Like, it never had I don't think it affects me like it affects other people. If that makes any sense. Or like a lot of people. Cause like my gums will go numb, or maybe my tongue. I'll get a little bit pep in my step, I guess, you know. Wake me up for a second. It's like taking a fucking shot of espresso with my lips going numb.
Yeah. That's cool.
Like, that's really how I feel about cocaine. Like, I don't get why people love it so much. That's literally how I feel when I take it. I'm like, oh, okay, like, I'm a little bit more excited about what I'm doing, and my fucking gums or my lip or my tongue or something is numb.
Yeah.
Yay. You want hundreds of dollars for this? What?
Yeah. People, you know, people have different ideas of a good time, I guess.
Right, I guess. Ecstasy was my favorite out of any drug I've ever done.
Ecstasy?
Yep. I'll never do it again because of that.
Really? You like it too much, huh?
Loved it, and should have OD'd on it. I should have died, and I don't know how I didn't. And that was the moment I promised myself I'd never touch ecstasy again.
Well, at least you learned from it.
But man, have you ever done it?
No. The one time there was this girl that wanted me to do it with her, but I did not. I don't know. I just didn't really have any interest.
Probably the best feeling you ever feel in your life from a drug, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, like the first time you ever smoked weed and you got that full body tingle high. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Sure, sure.
It's pretty much that. Like, that's the best way to describe it. Just a better version of that.
Okay.
And, yeah. Like, I took, this is all years ago, like 19, 20, 21-year-old Mitch, you know. When I was in the Marines in California, I kind of was with some of the druggies and shit. So we'd find ecstasy, and I did meth a few times. Not proud of it, but the fucking I've been like we did ecstasy in Arizona. We were on vacation for 4 days and found some ecstasy and got fucking obliterated. And I was in the top of this club, man, with these speakers on my back, and I sat there for like a good hour, and I was like the happiest man on earth, just 'cause my whole body was tingling, and then those speakers were fucking vibrating on my back, you know, and oh my god, it was heaven.
It's in another world, huh?
Another world, just happy as hell. Like it felt like you're getting a full body massage, you know, like it was good times. First time I ever took ecstasy, this is a true story and funny. Like, I had a buddy of mine, Granderson, who last I talked to was in prison for meth, as a matter of fact. But which is really sad. Me and another friend of mine I was in the Marines with at the time, we talk about this because he was really smart, like had a future, you know, like he was one of the smartest. Like how I say, like I usually walk in the room and I'm the smartest guy. Like he was equal to potentially smarter,
Yeah.
you know. Like I had a head start on me. Like I had to work to get to where I'm at. Like it's like he had a kind of a head start on that. And so it's sad to see like meth or something like that take his ass over. It just don't make no sense to me. But anyway, uh, he used to get into some drugs like ecstasy and meth and shit while he's in the Marines. Smoke a little weed too here and there. And freaking, so he gives me this pill because I smoked weed when I was on leave and I was kind of worried about it. So he gives me like a niacin. And, I don't know what it is, but it's to clean my system out. And then like the next weekend, he comes over and he hands me this other pill and he gives it to me. And he's like, I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, it's like I thought it was like a Vicodin or Percocet or something. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. And freaking, so I just took it. And I was sitting there watching fucking, what was it? The Jimi Hendrix Experience or something like that. It was like a live, like a movie, you know,
Yeah.
not like a documentary, but it's whatever the movie's called where the dude
Okay, yeah, I know what
you
you're
know
talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
It was actually really good. The dude did an awesome job playing Jimi Hendrix. But I'm sitting there watching that, and I get about halfway through the fucking movie, and then all of a sudden I am gone, dude. Like, I feel the ecstasy just sink in. Next thing you know, I'm fucking like out of my mind, high. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
happy to be alive. But it was so that I'm like, what the fuck did you give me? My eyes were all bloodshot and shit, or not bloodshot, but all like my pupils were all fucking huge.
Uh-huh. Oh, drugs. Good old-fashioned drugs.
Yeah. But it ain't really worth it, man. Like that's what swore me off of it. 'Cause you never know what you're getting. If you could make XC at home and you could regulate it and get just enough to get you stoned or high or whatever, you know, whatever, that'd be fine. I'd have no problems with anybody doing it, but you're getting it off
Yeah,
the street, you don't know what they put in there, you know.
right. That's one of the reasons I'm glad I'm able to go to to the dispensary now, just because you never fucking know, man.
Yeah, even with weed, they could have got accidentally sprinkled some
cross-contaminated
some
whoever
crack
they're
or
getting it from.
right.
You know, fentanyl's the big one, you know.
Yep. That's actually terrifying. That's what's terrifying about it. If you got pure coke or pure any of those drugs and you OD, I think that's your own stupidity, your own fault. Like you kind of deserve to die. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
if you're getting some shit that normally you'd be okay, but it's got a little bit of fentanyl in it and you had no idea, then that's fucked. But
Yeah.
it's a risk you take if you do that shit.
Yep.
Not worth it for me. I mean, how would I fucking... You know what gets me, literally what makes me think that is like, how would my kids fucking remember me, you know? That's one thing if
Yeah.
you get hit by a car or die of cancer or, you know, any horrible thing or whatever, but be like, oh yeah, my daddy could be here, but he decided to smoke crack. And I know you'd be dead, so you really it don't really matter to you, but it's still just the thought of my kids living with that, like, daddy's not
Yeah.
here because he OD'd on some bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life, or in my afterlife. I just can't believe the chick said I was a drug addict. I don't even drink.
People say stupid shit, man.
Right?
Especially when they're like upset like that.
What's funny is she sent me a text when she found out about it. She's like, they're sending me home. And I was like, I'm sorry, you know, but the Bed Bath people said you smelled like alcohol, and that's our client. So I mean,
Yeah.
kind of screwed yourself there.
Right. Yeah.
And she's like, well, I love y'all. I look up to you. As I got the text message. She literally said that, like, I look up to you so much. Apparently not if you're telling people I'm a cokehead for no damn reason, you know?
Yeah, fucking bitch.
Yeah, my bosses know me. If she'd have said he's a pothead, they'd be like, yeah.
There you are, finally. Now we can begin.
Company's based in Michigan.
You
know, like,
right. And what you expect?
The ground would shake with my laughter. I was not finished.
I wouldn't even say I'm really like a pothead either. I smoke often, but I don't smoke, usually don't smoke a lot at any given time.
I do.
If I'm really, like, if it's the weekend or if I ain't got shit going on, sometimes, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I do, but...
Like, I have to prioritize it and put it in, like, bills, with my bills and shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's how serious it is for me.
Yeah, I do too. Matter of fact.
Shit, I'm ready for these edibles to be ready, though, so I can go gobble some up.
Let's say I spend about $100 to $400 or $200 to $400 a month average.
That's what I spend a week on it.
Yeah, see, I can't do
that. Yeah. I'm not proud of that. I'm not like, you know, it just kind of is what it is.
Whenever I get that way, but whenever I get that way, I always take like a month off. Because I can't stand it. It drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But I'm an asshole for a month. And not really, actually. It really only hurts you for like the first couple days. After a week of you not smoking, you just go right back to life like you never smoked.
Yeah, yeah.
But then once that month clears and you smoke again, Jesus Christ. You're so stoned.
There we go. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out. I was like, how do you fucking run?
L3? Or do you gotta
Nope.
double tap it?
Nope. It's
Minecraft?
L1 seems to be doing the trick.
Foolish mortals, I have already won.
But it's only like sprinting.
Hey, what's happening?
Oh, you tap it once and it turns it on. You tap it again to turn it off. Oh, okay. Gotcha, man. It's been a minute. Let's see here.
Oh, I had to talk to somebody back there. God dang it.
Relax, mortal. I have you. You and me?
Ah, fuck. I broke a lockpick.
Oh, God. Well, that's fucked up.
I'm sure you deserved it.
I killed the guy. This big ass lizard just ate a small lizard right in front of me, so I murdered him. Dang it, I'm a god. I'm telling you, I got this dude set up. You know, I'm in a group on Facebook, and I was talking to a guy about it. I was like, I don't have none of the top gear, and I can go into like a lot of the group content and solo it, even veteran status, some of them. At the hardest level you can run them. Just because the way my shit's set up, it can just, like one set of my gear, all of them makes me hit hard, but one set of it, if I do like an AoE attack, it pulls everything to the center of the attack. And the other set just bursts all my stats to make me hit hard as fuck. But I'll put an area of attack down and I send out this little bomb dude and it pulls everything to the center. And there could be like 30 fucking dudes and I'll just grab them all and drop a nuke right in the middle of them. They all just disappear, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
What was freely given has nurtured and will be freely returned.
One downside about this fucking game is the load screens. Like everything you do is a load screen. Go in this building, load screen. Out this building, load screen. You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss DC Universe a little bit though. I might download it and log in and check it out.
Alright, now you gonna fuck around and get me back on there, man.
Alright. I still got the same league. I think I'm still in it. I wish I'd have been streaming and stuff then. I think I would have blown it. We'd have blown up.
Yeah, but we can still do it. We can still stream other stuff.
Right,
I've been thinking.
Oh, we could do like a new player view on Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 2022 from a new player's perspective. Or a returning player. You could put that. But so much change, it'll be like it's new.
Right.
And how far did you make it? Actually, I can look at that.
How far did I make what?
Like on Elder Scrolls.
Oh, online?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, not far. Not far.
I think the dungeons and the trials on here are so fun.
When I begin the work, I need the power of the omniscience to complete it.
Do I have that one already? I don't think so. I do have 2 of them. Alright, so I don't need another.
The way to the mortal realm is clear.
One moment. I will gather your allies.
Yeah, since we've been in Memphis, we've had the one girl got fired, her car got the catalytic converter tore off of it, and another girl got her window busted out and her debit card stolen.
And then, so the girl that got her Cadillac converter stolen got fired?
Yep.
Because she couldn't come to work?
No, she came drunk.
Oh, she also got her Cadillac. This is just something else that happened. I got you.
Right, and that's like kind of how I feel kind of bad, because she's kind of like a crap worker anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, she ain't like horrible, but she definitely sure shit ain't good. And
yeah.
So I was kind of like looking out for her, and like partially because of that, she just got her shit stolen coming here, and I don't want her to get fired.
Yeah, man. Well, some people have a harder time getting their shit together than others, you know.
And she's like 50.
Yeah, there was a dude that came in the barbershop the other day that was like 58, and he was all messed the fuck out. Talking about it, he didn't make a lick of fucking sense the whole time he was in there.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand that shit, man. Not nowadays. Not in 2022. How you become a fucking meth head or a crackhead? You know.
Yeah, man. People, where there's a will, there's a way.
Like 80s, I understand you becoming a crackhead. Early 2000s, I can understand you becoming a meth head because we didn't know what the shit
Or,
was.
if you're in your 80s, I could understand it because you've
Or
earned
that.
it by then. Just go out
Right,
with a
right,
bang.
right. That's probably the move, you know? Once you get like 80 or something, just stay fucking doped out of your mind.
Yeah, man. Like, you ever watch Little Miss Sunshine? You ever see that movie?
Uh-uh.
That's fucking hilarious, man. That's what there's this grandpa, and that's what he does. He's like really old, and he lives his life clean, so he just fucking, it's like doing all the drugs that he can do.
That's hilarious. I do kind of feel bad for people that's never done anything, like never even smoked weed or... Because I think a little bit of weed smoking and shit like that makes you a better person. Opens your mind a
I think
little.
it can. I think it also depends on the person, because like other
Yeah,
things, it's not for everybody. You
I
know,
agree with that.
um, but there are definitely a lot of people that don't know it. They could benefit from it.
Right, right. They do say though it does fuck with people with like schizophrenia, or it can. Like it can. What is it? If you're prone to schizophrenia, it can
Make it worse
pop
or
out or
bring it out,
whatever. Yeah.
exacerbate. Yeah. Especially if they get on a good sativa.
Yeah, probably, huh? That's probably the one that does it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I still have use of it.
Hmm.
I cannot do this on my own. Aid me.
Pull the ego mimic from me.
Fucking 20-story demon right now.
Uh-oh. That sounds like some Elder Scrolls slash Elden Ring type shit. Slash Returnal. Returnal. If you get a PS5, dude, like Returnal is like one of the best games that's come out in like a long time, dude. Like I really lost myself in that game.
I don't even know what it is. dead as hell.
Use it against Dagon.
God, this guy's got forever health.
That you could triumph over me.
I'll beat that big ass.
You have only seen a fraction of my power. We stand with you, champion. If you wish to die together,
Bitch.
so be
Oh.
it.
Fucker's up here then, okay. Huh, I knew there was something. Some bitch.
Yeah, that's a dead demon.
We did it. He's gone. Is it really over?
Well done, little mortal. You were successful.
I have the power of all four ambitions now. Feels like my head is going to burst.
Then I shall relieve you of it.
You.
I consider our venture together a success. Give us confidence. That portal will take you back.
Dude, the load times are so fucking stupid, like, compared to, like, how it used to be on the PS3 back in the day.
Right.
I'm so used to running off to the next disaster. It feels strange to have a moment of peace. Am I dreaming, or do we really have a moment to breathe? I'm not dreaming, but it is odd, isn't it?
Ah,
I'll meet you in... Oh, that... I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to know. I never really understood why she was helping. I'm with you.
What a battle. You banished Dagon to the depths of it.
What a excellent within this possible. Just of course within this possible.
I've never... So we're all... A nap first.
Oh, gosh. How the hell?
let me see here. Settings. Okay, play. Look sensitivity. There we go. Turn this shit up.
You gotta play the PvP of this shit though, man. That's what... want to get a group, enough people on here so we could run fucking PvP together. And then it'll be epic.
Yeah, man. We might make that happen.
Because to me, that's where this game... The PvE's fun. Don't get me wrong. I'll lift you up. Don't get me wrong, but I like the... PvP's where like it takes the cake in my opinion. But you gotta have a good group or it's just a horrible time of getting your ass whipped over and over.
Gotcha. Alright, so I think I need the mage stone, which would make the most sense.
In fact, my buddy Crimson was on here with his healer not too long ago. We went into PvP and it's ridiculous because, like I said, I can drop fucking bombs. So when if somebody's keeping me alive and I can just sit back and throw nukes at people, it's ridiculous. Oh shit. I think that's the last mission for this zone.
You did well, regardless of where the powers of the ambitions now rest.
I agree. You defeated Mayrune's Dagon. That's incredible. And there's
The
the
small,
hero
the little. Just look around.
Lyranth, huh? I'll help you look. Let's meet at the Plaza of Portals in a bit to compare notes.
My other gripe with this game is a lot of the questing is, most of the time, you're doing it running. You're just running around. You know, going from place to place because it's so big.
Kind of like a Death Stranding or something.
Yeah.
More of my talents cannot hope to stand alone against the Dagonists and an army of living disasters. Nothing mortal. As for the I'd rather not discuss it. Reached that point we knew was coming. The place where our paths diverge. Little mortal, come to take in the view. I had a feeling you would not rest. Oh, but it does. You have been quite useful, little mortal. You have my thanks for what it is worth.
There's this one guy on the new DLC that you,
Paths must diverge.
no matter what character you are, guy or girl, whatever, every time he sees you, he's like, "What's up, beautiful?" It's so weird.
That's not creepy.
Yeah. He like shows up with his shirt off. He's like a hairy dude, and he's like, "What's up, beautiful?" Like, come on, man.
Race? There you are. Did you have any luck? I looked everywhere. Maybe that's figure.
Oh, I need to do this fucking daily dungeon.
If you have opinions about crows, I have got a job for you.
Want to prove yourself?
And another load screen. Man, you ever watch the Sidemen on YouTube?
The what?
The Sidemen?
No. What's that?
You know who KSI is?
Nope.
He's the first person that boxed Logan Paul that they made a big deal about, and
That's probably why I don't know who it is.
You know who Logan Paul is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that started the whole YouTuber boxing thing. It was him and Logan Paul.
Okay.
But he does like him and a group of his buddies. That's how they got famous, are the Sidemen. And they just do stupid YouTube videos, and they.
Oh, okay. I have heard of them. I know who you're talking about. I'm not like familiar with them, but I know of them.
That's how I was until a few months ago, I guess now. But man, I watched some. They do a bunch of like game shows. Like they're doing like their spin on it, you know. Or they do like hide and seek, where they go to like some mansion and play hide and seek, and it sounds stupid, but the shit's fucking hilarious because they're retarded, you know, like they just act so stupid. That's what I was wondering though, because it's pretty funny. JJ is KSI, black dude, and he's fucking hilarious, man. boss. Whoops. I guess I went the wrong way.
Well, bro, I think I'm about to go get me something to eat, man. I'm getting pretty fucking hungry. Sitting here, and I just realized I never even finished making my cup of coffee. So that's probably why I'm feeling weird right now. But I'll be back on a little bit.
Alright, I'll probably be off. I'm gonna finish this mission and do the same and then pass out.
Alright, man. I'm gonna just mute my mic. If you're on, when I get back on, I'll holler at you.
Alright, bro.
Later.
that goes acting off the bossman's toes.
to?
Zaji's map tells him the master ship is surface should be just in front of the ring.
This dude knows all the secrets.
surprised than this.